Leon Ford, now 22 years old, and what an impact he's made on the world already. Leon Ford is a community leader, an activist, mentor, and entrepreneur. When you see Ford, you see strength, power, faith, hope, and let's not forget about that amazing smile. But behind his smile is a story of a teenager that was robbed of his youth when the Pittsburgh police fired 5 shots into his body, leaving him paralyzed from chest down.
13 Sergeant 1 Essential.
Behind his smile, there is a stolen dream of ever becoming a professional boxer. Behind his smile is a concerned father that wants to protect his son from facing the injustices that he has faced. Behind his smile, there is a fighting spirit that beat the felony charges that could have landed him 20 years in prison. You knowing the truth, knowing what happened that night,
Right.
but you could not forsake the process. And a lot of times we want to get to the promise, but there is a process. Like our
Right.
vision, that's our promise.
I knew I was gonna win. Like, my faith in God is so strong. Like, even in trial, I was like still like how you see me now, still smiling. I mean, my family are like crying and like they're like stressed out, and I'm like, yo. But I knew I had to go through this process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my faith in the result was so strong that the process couldn't break me.
Wow, that's huge. This is the smile of a survivor, with a voice that speaks for every young man that was brutally slayed and dehumanized by law enforcement in recent years.
As an activist, I feel like me forgiving the officers, and I actually want to sit down with these officers and the chief of police to actually have a conversation and get their perspective on their side of the story. Because if we don't know how they were thinking or what they were thinking, how could we possibly grow?
How could one forgive the officers that shot him 5 times and wished death on him as he laid in a pool of his own blood, clinging for life? How could one still have faith in the power of God after hearing doctor after doctor tell him that he'll never walk again?
When I first got shot, it's like they told me, but it's like I'm in the hospital, I'm gonna get better. Right?
Okay.
Then once I hit rehab, it's like, okay, I'm in rehab, I'm gonna get better. Then I got home and it's just like, oh, time's gonna go past and I'm gonna get better. But then like a year later, it was just like, hold up. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is not getting better. I'm in this wheelchair, and the only way I can change it is if I change it. So
Wow.
there's
That's powerful.
yeah.
Wow.
There's no reason for me to just sit here and be like down and negative if I'm not doing anything to change the position that I'm in.
Leon Ford took the time out of his busy schedule and made a trip to Atlanta to visit the family of a young man that lost his life to police brutality.
This situation just got me revisiting everything that I went through. If we treat it like it was our son, our brother, our cousin, because it's happening every single day, it could really happen to anybody.
During that time, I was able to sit down with Leon and hear his story of faith, his story of hope, love, and victory. Once I encountered this smile, face to face, I knew that his message embodied the true essence of the breakup.
Whether I'm in school or just on the streets, just speaking to people or connecting with people, as long as I'm motivating others, then I'm like fueling myself up.
The Breakup LLC is a public health-based organization dedicated to motivating and assisting individuals from becoming a part of rising epidemics. So many people can learn from you. So many people will be inspired by you. It is a huge deal for me to sit down and talk. Like, it's huge. The Breakup motivates individuals to be vulnerable long enough to identify their issues, to rewrite their story, eliminate negativity, allow oneself to forgive, kick off a new start, uphold new standards, and propel forward. We must fight for our happiness. We deserve it.